Hello.
It's my royal wave. No. Good evening, friends. It is Sunday night. We are live. The lovely Avana Intuitive is here joining us. We're simulcasting on both channels, and we are here to do the Zodiac sign mini reads for the month of February.
I love it.
Yay!
Yay!
So, welcome. And like clockwork. I mean, for real. Do you want to know what the funny thing about this is? Is that he has been sitting behind me on the daybed for like 4.5 hours. Mm-hmm. And the minute that I turn this camera on, and because I've been talking to you for 10 minutes and he wasn't anywhere around.
I didn't even know. I didn't even see him. I didn't even know he was in the room. He's a ham.
He totally is.
Yeah, he wants to be on camera.
Do you want to be seen?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to be seen? Hey, want people to talk to you?
Not only that, I've heard that cats can see like multi-dimensional, right? So I think he picks up on this energy around here, and he's just like, oh look, yeah. He's like, yes, I can see multi-dimensional, yeah.
Hi, baby. I love you too.
And he picks up on this beautiful energy,
and that's it. You just lay down all over the cards, all over the desk. Yeah, you do that.
Well, we have right now still 3 rescued cats, but they're like 16. There are cats, but we have a friend who does not like cats, and when that person comes over, they're all over him. I mean, whoever doesn't like cats, the cats just like it's like Velcro onto them,
Yeah.
Everybody else they leave alone. They can just sense.
If you guys could see what is happening right now. And there's no way for me to show you, really. But like he's literally laying over top of my arm, like on top of my arm.
Yeah.
And he keeps looking back at me like this. Look.
Yeah. There. Oh, he's so beautiful. He is so handsome. Yeah, he's a good kitty.
He's purring like a good thing.
Yeah, I can't hear it, but I bet he is. Yeah. Little sweetie pie. Oh, look at him. He's getting some. Ooh. He's getting some mommy love.
All right, listen. We have things to do over here.
I love that.
That don't include you laying on the desk. Hello, everybody, by the way. Sorry, it's not like I don't know I'm live. I promise you.
Yeah, but first things first, right?
Right? I mean, someone's got an issue here. Listen. And he's like, yep, whatever. I'm not moving. No, you have to move, honey. I can't do my stuff. Can you go over here? Do you want to sit beside me? Whoops. Oh. Here, sit over here. Sit here. Come on the box. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that one went over well. You stay there. Stay there.
Yeah, that'll be effective. He's already like, yeah, whatever. Here I go.
And he's back. Okay. Anyway, we're going through the Zodiacs. We're gonna make it through. And we're going to do them by elements because that worked out for us last time. And if we could ask someone in the chat to just sort of help everyone else sort of follow along, that would be helpful. G. Covington is in the chat. Thank you, G. Covington, for being here. It has been a minute, my love. Hope you're doing well. Jessica Lynn is in the house, and Sin is here. Kim B is here. Hello. All right. Honestly, what am I going to do with you, Kat? Can you get off my desk? For real. All right, so let's start with... where are we? Let's start with... I guess we'll start with air signs.
All right, I like it.
Want to do that?
I do.
All right. So for air signs, do you want to do the tarot and I'll do the oracle, or you do the oracle and I do the tarot?
I'll do tarot.
Okay. All right. So here we go for air signs. Air signs, starting with Gemini.
Okay,
So I'm going to put
Gemini.
that in the chat. Well, Avana shuffles up. I can't see the keyboard because I have a cat in the way. Okay, you got to go.
Gemini. Tarot.
But you got to go.
Tarot. Gemini. I love this. This is the tarot. Gemini. Oh, well, I'm letting that those cards go. Okay, Gemini. February.
Avana's just talking away to herself over there.
I am.
Oh my goodness.
I have some beautiful cards here for Gemini. Okay, wait, one more card here. All right, here we go. First card that I get.
Do you want me to put you on the big screen, or are you okay where you
No,
are?
I'm okay. I mean, whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter. But no, it's not a big deal. The first card I get is this beautiful King of Wands. Really, Gemini, coming forward in your creativity and your power this month. Really I'm hearing an opportunity too coming forward for some of you, not for everyone. This is a general reading for Gemini. But I love this lion that's sitting back here because it's almost like an opportunity coming up, a creative opportunity, something that you can do that really highlights like your leadership skills or your creativity or whatever. You may not be aware of it now, but it's coming up. I love this, Ace of Cups, a new like emotional beginning this month. Whatever happens, whatever's coming up here, this creativity, I'm hearing like you're taking the bull by the horns, like even if it's not so much creative, is you're just stepping into your power and taking on those reins of leadership. It becomes a whole new emotional, like this Ace of Cups, a whole new emotional cup of moving forward, like with this creativity, that it just brings a whole new level to your life and to like how you feel about yourself. You're like, I feel you kind of like rise up this month, like, yeah, I got this. And then the last card that I got is this 10 of Pentacles. This card is beautiful. You can't get more pentacles on a card than this. Pentacles representing wealth and money and good health and family and multiple generations, legacy money. I mean, all of this kind of coming together where things just kind of come together this month in a way for Gemini that you've been waiting for a while for it, and you created it. You take the reins and you almost like things are there, but you are able to like wrap your energy around it and make it really work for you as you move forward this month. So that's what I got for Gemini. Really good, strong
I love
card.
that. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sort of following in those same footsteps. I've got blessings. So whether this is blessings coming towards you or, being in that space of reminding yourself that you have those blessings, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've got this lovely, I love these cards. I don't use them often enough. The deck is called the Zodiac Moon deck. So this is Moon in Aries, and we have courage. And up at the top, it says, believe in yourself.
Yeah.
There's this element of picking up on that 10 of Pentacles energy of like creating that foundation for yourself, setting yourself up for success. The last card I have is great adventure, take a risk, and venture forward.
I love it.
Right? So,
yeah.
Gemini, looking like a good month for you. Fantastic month for you. Absolutely. Yeah. Hi, Nancy. Good to see you, my friend. All right, so now we move to, hold on while I get all my notes here so I know what the heck I'm doing. Okay. Now we're moving to Libra, and I'm putting it in the chat so everyone can follow along. We're working on the air signs right now. Hi, Ellen. How you doing, love?
Libra for the month.
And, yeah. Do we have any Libras in the house? Or not in my house, in the chat. Oh, there you go, Ellen. That's good timing. Ellen says that she's a Gemini sun and the Libra rising. That was good timing on your part, Ellen.
Okay, so here's what I get for Libra for the month of February. Judgment card. Moving forward in like like coming, like waking up to some new ideas, and like you're coming into like a whole new phase of it's not so much a phase of work, maybe a new phase of spirituality, a new phase of like you're uncovering something about yourself this month, which I love, because then you get this Page of Swords, a new, like moving forward, like with training and using your mind in a new way. And what I'm hearing with this Judgment card and with this Page of Swords card, it's almost like a dual thing. It's almost like left brain, right brain. Both are like accelerating this month for you. Moving forward, opening up, coming out of, like being closed in. And also, but that's like on a spiritual basis. And then also moving forward on like getting, like having that fire in your belly to learn new things, like learn new data and put new ideas into action, and really having such a beautiful like melding of both of those energies this month. Oh my gosh, I love it. And then the last card that I get here is this Knight of Cups. This can be a romance coming in, but it also can be just really good messages, almost like you're really tapping in on many levels to not only what you need and what you're looking for spiritually to move forward, but also what, like working with other people. Like you're really starting to like get in line, and people are bringing you things. I'm hearing things you can sink your teeth into. People bring you a message, or they bring you data or information or a gift. Like the cup here is full, okay? And they're coming in, and you really, because you've taken the time to really expand yourself both spiritually and mentally, you now can really sink your teeth into this. And I love that for you too, Libra. Really good, productive month. I love it.
I'm sorry that I was laughing.
Oh,
I just want you all to know, if you missed it, this is what I did. So I looked around and I thought, you know what? I need another deck of cards. And I pulled the box out, and I took the card deck out of the box, and I shuffled it, and I put the card on the table, and then I put the deck back in the box, and I put the box back up here. And then I went, what? That was weird. So I was laughing at myself. So it's not like I was laughing.
So mesmerized. You were so mesmerized by my reading that you didn't even know what you were doing.
For real. Like, I was riveted.
Riveted. That's the word. Yes. Now, mesmerized and riveted.
Absolutely. So I don't want to burst anyone's bubble. That is not what I'm here for. But when you pulled that Judgment card,
yes,
it spoke to me in reference to the first card that I pulled down. Like you pulled a card and then I pulled a card. And so sometimes with the Judgment card, there is this element of like a reflection on a past decision or a past path, right? You may be reviewing that. You may be trying to figure out, like, why did I do that? Why did I react that way? Why do I navigate towards that? So it's not a negative thing, right? It's like a review of sorts, right?
Yeah.
Which comes with then the enlightenment, as Avana said.
I love
so
that.
We have currents of emotion, okay, and uncontrolled feelings. So there could be this bubbling up. So if you find yourself reacting in a way that makes you kind of go like, what is going on with me today? Like I'm just laughing uncontrollably, or I'm crying uncontrollably, or something of that nature. There's some stuff that you need to sort out. And when we sort stuff out, that's never a negative thing, right? You've got friendship. So surrounding yourself with people that are supportive, people that inspire you, people that that lift you up, right? People of like mind, kind of what we're doing here tonight, friends. And the deck that I pulled is the Archangel Oracle deck. And we have Archangel Azrael. Look at how beautiful that is, wrapped with those purple feathers.
I love that.
Right?
Yes.
And it says, it is time to let go, prepare for change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that getting back to the judgment card, that enlightenment, right? That review, that introspection, reflection, kind of like clear thinking kind of vibe is what I feel for Libras. Is going to like release a weight.
Yes,
right.
I love that.
That's what it feels like to me. All right. Hi, Marcia. How are you, love? Good to see you. Yeah, we both talked about change. Absolutely, Ellen. All right, so now we are on Aquarius. I'm not going to sing the song. No one came here to hear me sing. Trust me. You know what, friends? When I was younger, my sister and I worked at the same place, and so we'd be driving there, right? I'd be driving, going to wherever we were going. And as one does when you are a young teen, you know, the stereo is cranked, right? Volume 5004 or whatever the little AM FM radio in the car will do. Singing my brains out, right? Because I have to, because I'm so tone deaf. And it's funny because everyone in my family is musically inclined, can play instruments, really good singers. Like,
yeah, you're right. That's how my family's, but not me.
Totally skipped me.
Yeah.
And
you're right.
I'd be singing my brains out, and my sister would turn the volume down, right? So I would still be singing, you know, karaoke with Kelly, right? And she would say, you know, the word is, you know, good, not, you know, whatever I said. And I was like, oh my God, like, leave me alone. Not only am I a horrible singer, but now I'm horribly singing the wrong words, which is even better, I think. Just making stuff up as I go along. It was great.
I love it.
Marcia says she's not, her family is also musically talented, but not I. Do you know what, friends? Honestly, this is not a joke.
I know.
This is not a joke. Can we digress for just a moment? I know that no one cares, but I'm going to share something. Well, I'm not going to share it with you, actually, because I don't have their permission to do so. My uncle has like a whole recording studio. I think I shared this with you guys before. My uncle has like a whole recording studio in his man cave, and has actually recorded a couple of CDs for like Christmas and whatever, and given it out to his friends and family.
That's so nice.
Yeah. I won't be recording any kind of musical stuff anytime soon. Rest assured. I know you were all waiting with bated breath on the edge of your seat for that.
Can't wait.
That announcement. Sorry. Go ahead, my friend.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the cards that I got for Aquarius for February. First card I get here is this Nine of Swords. You know, a little bit of anxiety starting out the month, and even I'm hearing even maybe for the next week or so, some things are just pressing on your mind this month. As the month begins, I'm hearing as January ends and as February begins, you're just getting, you know, you just feel like that weight, kind of like the weight of the world. There's some anxiety, you know, it's just like, oh, you know, whatever, right? Knowing though that you have the wherewithal and the protection around you, and you everything, you know, focus on the gratitude and focus on the good things, because even though the card looks a little foreboding, we've all been there, we're all there, we all have our moments. So keeping that in mind, you then know it's lovely. You get this justice card, justice being served, balance coming in. And I love it because on this particular card, this young lady, she is actually balancing these scales herself. She's actually holding and she's balancing it while she's looking in at her reflection, which really isn't her. It's actually, it looks a little bit like somebody else, a little bit different face reflecting back at her. So I'm hearing again, funny, I hear this again that I haven't heard for a long time, but taking the bull by the horns and really, you know, being in charge of balancing, getting yourself back into balance. I then end up with the Lover's card, which is just beautiful because, you know, I'm not saying that this is really in this case like a romance or, you know, falling in love with someone, although it could very well be that. But it's almost like you're coming full circle and kind of falling back in love with yourself and all the good things that you have and the gratitude. And you're just kind of coming full circle this month as far as, you know, you start out maybe a little bit on the anxiety side, the balance comes into place, and then we come full circle saying, you know what, I got this is all good, and moving forward with that. So that's what I got for Aquarius.
Love that. Just a couple things before I show my cards. Hi, Maria. I see that you're in the chat. We're not doing personal questions tonight. We're going through the Zodiac. So please stay, and maybe there's something that you'll get from the readings that will help you with your situation. And I'm sorry that you're in that situation. And hi, Carl. Carl says,
Carl, yeah,
I am an Aquarian. Yeah. Carl says, true, I am an Aquarian, Avana. And hi.
Hi.
All right, so I'm picking up on the same thing that Avana's putting down. I've got the eclipse in Libra and rebalance. Okay, and then tying into the Lover's card, so that's the Justice card that she got, right? And then tying into the Lover's card that you got on the top of this card, it says reevaluate relationships, justice, and fair play. So to me, this is just emphasizing the Justice card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those scales are about trying to find unity and harmony, whether that be within yourself, within your relationships, or outside of that circle, right? You know, really, really easy to say, bring harmony. It's another thing to achieve it.
Right.
Okay, then I've got beneath the surface. Beneath the surface, hidden truths and something unknown, which is tying into the Nine of Swords. So the bumps in the night, the insecurity, the questions, the anxiety, right, is causing you to like peak. If you think of like a what do they call it, like for the heart, what is that called, the graph?
Oh yeah, that graph.
ECG.
Yeah,
it almost feels like you're going like this, like you're fine, and you're like, whoop, I freak out, and no, I'm okay. So try this little exercise to any Aquarians that are out there. Before you go to bed at night, have yourself a notebook or a pad of paper or something of that nature, right? You write down on that pad of paper, this is what I've worried about today. And you write down the things, right? And then you declare your intention in that moment that now I'm done with that. This is my time, and I reclaim my time. I reclaim my power. You put that book away, you put it in the drawer, whatever. And you make that a practice to sort of mentally send yourself a signal that, like, I worried about that enough today. Now it's my time. So that you can bring in that balance, right? Create that harmony for yourself. And when we create the harmony for ourselves, when we bring in that feeling of balance, this is where we end up with the view from above. Get the big picture. When you're in the bubble, you can't really think straight sometimes, so you got to step outside the bubble, but you got to get through the bubble first, right? So that's what I got for Aquarius. I think that is a decent outcome for Aquarians. And now let us move to I'm trying to go in order and I can't remember the order. Because I'm crazy. Let's go to Earth signs.
Earth, got it.
And so the first one is Taurus.
And do you want to read the tarot cards and then I'll do the oracle?
I'll do that. Shuffle off the buffalo. Here we go for our lovely Taurian friends. Okay, don't throw the cards, Kelly. That's just rude. What do our lovely friends need to know for the month of February? What is happening in February for Taurus? That card wants to come out. Beautiful. Okay, we've got the Chariot. So, the Chariot means so many things, right? It can mean success. It can mean victory. It can mean balance. It can mean travel. It can mean success, or it can feel like disjointed energy, right? I think it's more like disjointed energy, if I was being honest. We next have the Five of Wands. There's conflict, competition. Something is sort of, knocking on the side of your head there saying, hey, now I don't really like how this feels. And that's what it kind of feels like to me. It's like on the outside, you're trying to be all like, like calm and cool and just going about your business, but on the inside you're like rattling like a baby's toy, right? We end up with the High Priestess here as the outcome. So I like to be positive, but in this case I have to be honest. It feels like there's a secret or something that is going to happen or come out that we're not liking. We're worried about this thing, right? Whatever this thing is. So let's just analogy it to make it make sense. I had an argument with my friend. I said something to my friend, both of us sort of like overreacted, and I walked away. And now as time has progressed, I'm regretting it. And so I'm trying to put my brave face on, but it's eating away at me. So when we do that with the High Priestess, this is the secret, right? On the bottom of the deck. And it's interesting. I don't want to like take too much time, but we've got the Star card. This is having hope. This is having faith. This is about believing in yourself. And then we've got the Magician after that, right? So using the resources that you have at your disposal to manifest your dreams. And then below that, you've got the Two of Cups. So I feel like you're going to sort it out. You and your friend, or whatever the situation was, whatever the conflict was, you're going to resolve it, but you've got to process it. And you're nodding your head. So you've got something that I okay.
Yeah, very much so. I'm pulling oracle cards right now. I have 3 different decks. So the first card that I get is You Are Worthy. And it's a 36, which is a 9, coming to the end of something. But it says, it is time to stop feeling unworthy, unloved, and undeserving. You are worthy, right?
Yeah.
So you have this issue going on, whatever it is. But then I love it. I got 22, which is really starting out on the journey here, having like maybe competing, decisions to make, a fork in the road. And I got Dolphin Spirit. And it says this and that are true. As Kelly was saying, you might have an argument with a friend or something, but both sides can be true to that argument, to both perspectives, right? So this and that are true, but your perspective is worthy too of being looked at, listened to, implemented if possible. And then
100%.
getting through kind of all of this is the last card I got is this New Moon in Leo card. And it says, confidence is your key to success. And I'm hearing, don't be like a wallflower or a shrinking violet. You have a voice. You are worthy. You have a side this and that are true. Make sure that if you can, voice your side of things or move forward in your truth, because your truth needs to be heard, just like everybody else's truth needs to be heard. So you can really add a lot to the conversation or to the issue or to the event or to the situation in a positive way. So that's what I'm getting.
Love that.
Yeah, that's really, really nice reading.
That was a very deep reading for Taurus. And what I mean by that just simply is, it's not fluff. It doesn't feel necessarily bad to me or necessarily negative. I have to be honest. It just feels messy.
It feels to me mature, like you're moving forward in a higher level of communication.
Oh, yeah. And that's what I mean.
It's messy, but it's like a growth, like a maturity of communication.
Absolutely. Get through it.
I love that. Yeah.
All right, here we go with Virgo. Virgo. All right. I know quite a few Virgos in my life. I have to say, I really only like one of them. I have her here on the screen with her right now.
Hi. You're so funny.
It just so happens that my stepfather, in name only, and my stepsisters, in name only, are all three Virgos.
Well, I'm on the cusp with Libra, so maybe that's why we can.
You don't think that that's so funny that you know, when it comes to the Zodiacs, if there's like negative about a particular sign, people are like, I'm on the cusp. It's not me, I'm on the cusp. I love it. I have always been a horoscope junkie, though, a Zodiac junkie. When tell me if you remember this in the chat. You know, if any of you are old as dirt like I am and don't have a problem admitting it. Back in the day, you would go to the store, to the variety store or whatever, and they would have you know, all of this variety of things on the counter. Like there was like this much room at the checkout, right?
Right.
And there would be those scrolls. Remember the scrolls?
Oh,
the Zodiac scrolls, and you would like, and at the very last one, you had to like put it in front of a mirror so you could read what the secret message is. I mean, for real. When I was growing up, that was totally my vibe, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so here we go with, what did I say we're doing? Virgo. So we got, hi Lisa, how you doing, love? Good to see you. We've got the Ace of Wands here to start. Ace of Wands, lovely energy. Speaks to us about an opportunity. It speaks to us about being bold and being courageous. And I think that's where we are, Virgo. We've got the transformation card as it's called in this deck, traditionally known as the Tower card. And so many people, when they see the Tower card, they're like, oh my God, that's the worst card. It's not. This speaks to us about an unexpected shift, an unexpected change, something that happens that is not necessarily foreseen or predictable, but the outcome from that can be quite positive, right? And that's the thing that we're holding on to. So a significant experience or change that could lead to a powerful sort of path forward. Lastly, we've got the Strength card. So this whole reading for Virgo is about putting your super cape on, as I love to say, right? Channeling that inner power, that inner perseverance. On the bottom of the deck, which is sort of like why this is happening, we've got the Eight of Swords. And so the Eight of Swords is, I don't want to say imagined, but it's like your perception that something bad is happening, and so you sort of wrap yourself in a little, you know, cocoon to try to protect yourself. And what this is showing me in the cards is that you're sort of being pushed out a little bit further to be like, oh, it's not so bad out here, right? I can step outside again. It's fine. I'm going to be okay. That's what I got.
Well, that's spot on for me, but go ahead with everything that's going on with me. So, okay, I love that. For Virgo here is the 53, which is an 8, which is of course infinity, and you know what goes around comes around and the whole thing. But it says align with your wholeness. You are not your illness, your symptoms, or your habits. You, the person, are always whole and perfect. So knowing, you know, right there, the strength of that card, knowing that we are all perfect and we are all whole, moving forward, aligning with our wholeness and not letting like those dreaded, like, well, you know, how am I going to do this? Who is this? You know, like you have those dreaded questions that you can just take those and put those aside. And because we know that we are always, and that's what it says, we are always whole and perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Then I got Sandpiper Spirit, which is 51, and that's a 6, which is like being around the home and cozy and protection. And I love it because it says be playful. Yes, I mean, taking that step away from just the constant, like that 8 of Swords, where you're like, I'm so worried, you know, opening up opening up your heart, opening up your mind, knowing how the wholeness and perfectness that we all are, and having fun and just having that playful
Yeah.
time and that playful spirit. Because why? The last card that I get, new moon in Capricorn, and it says your hard work is paying off. Yes, us Virgos, we always are working hard. We're always doing such diligent work. And I'm just hearing very quickly that this is bringing into mind that rubber band theory, where when you pull that rubber band back and that energy goes back and nothing's happening, the further that goes back, the longer things aren't happening. When it releases, you have even more energy to push you forward. So, yes, my fellow Virgoans, we are ready to move forward. Our hard work is paying off, and we are always whole and perfect. And I just love that.
I love that too. I think that
it takes the pressure off.
Yeah, well, Virgos like to be organized, and they like to make plans, and they like to have things very structured. And so, with all this chaos and feeling like you're the ball bearing inside of a pinball machine, at this point in time, it could be throwing some people off where they're afraid to step out and be adventurous and take a risk, right? So that it all makes sense. Lisa says, when I got the Tower card, I totaled my car. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you totaled your car.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that too.
All right. Capricorn is up next. That's me. Shuffle your cards, Kelly. Can I just tell you guys, I've told you guys this before. I don't normally eat before I read. Last night I said I don't read before I eat, but that's not what I meant. I meant it the other way. That's because I was starving that I got my words all mixed up. But anyway. So tonight for dinner we made a ham. It wasn't ready in time, so I didn't get to eat, and that's all I can smell, and it's my favorite. And all I can hear is my husband's fork and knife, hitting the plate and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, if I start drooling, I just wanted you to know what was going on.
All I hear is that fork and knife hitting the plate.
Right? It's like he's sitting outside doing it, like outside the door intentionally, just trying to mess with me.
Delicious.
Right? That's all right. That's all right. All right. Capricorn. We start with the Emperor. Okay, so the Emperor taking control, being organized, think large and in charge. That is, if I was to sum this reading up, which I don't ever do, but if I was to sum this reading up, it's like large and in charge. That's what it feels like to me. I kind of dig that energy. Feels good, strong. Next, we've got the Knight of Swords, right? Being stealth, being strategic, right? You know exactly what you want. You're focused, and you're on that path. Then we have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands, right? Like you're a little bit tired like the rest of us. Who isn't tired, right? A list of things to do never seems to ever get close to being completed. But there's still that feeling of being resilient and determined. So need to put some boundaries around you. Maybe, take a break, step back, give yourself some loving, if you will. On the bottom of the deck, you've got the King of Cups, which is interesting to me because it doesn't really fit per se, but it does. And the reason why it does is you've got a lot of sort of tough armory kind of energy happening here, right? Where you've put a suit of armor on, where you're protecting yourself. And then you've got the emotions. So it feels like there might be a bit of this happening this month, meaning like your emotions want to overflow, or your emotions want to react to something, and you've got your suit of armor going like, nope, right? Don't crack. Don't show any emotion. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of the vibe I've got. But yeah,
Yep.
like, there's very much a courageous kind of vibe happening here.
I love it.
Meaning that you're going to be able to weather whatever storm faces you, whatever you do, you're going to come out on the other side feeling like that
Like,
kind of, like a hero kind of thing, right?
Yep. Love it.
I can,
All right, Capricorn, this is what I got for you. The first card, 27, which is a 9. Coming to the end of things, coming to the end of a process. Well, I just spilled everything here, but that's all right. And it says the blame game. It's time to take ownership of the life you are creating. Yes, that's that power that you have, taking ownership of the life that you are creating. Each one of us is creating our life. That's it. Each one of us, we're in charge of it. So taking charge. I love it because you can just not worry about things. Take charge of the life you are creating. I then got the Nightingale Spirit, which is the number 41, which is 5, change. And it says love is all around. Absolutely. Take control of the life we are creating. Love is all around us. Focus on the love, focus on the growth, focus on the fact that we are all really of this one energy moving forward. And then I got the card I have the card that came out on top of the deck, and I pulled the bottom of the deck card too, because they both spoke to me. Believe in the impossible. And it says blue moon. This is like kind of this esoteric type of reading, okay? As far as like, oh yeah, believe in the impossible and love is all around, and it's all this like, oh,
you know what? It's Mary Tyler Moore theme song. Think of it. You're at the end of the end. When she throws her hat up.
Absolutely, love is all around. No need to fake it, right? So
large and in charge.
Like this, yes, it's like it's coming into like this blame game. You actually taking physical, ownership of the life you are creating. Oh, and then we go into this love is all around, believe in the impossible. And then I love it because it wraps up with this new moon in Taurus, and it says prosperity lies ahead. This is where, like, again, we have the solid changes. We're going through things. We have this esoteric lovey-dovey stuff, but then you know what? It translates into the prosperity that we define. And I just love that for you, Capricorn. So there you go. That's what I got.
I love that. Sorry, I'm shaking my head and nodding my head and I hope I'm not doing that to you. I'm doing that too. Rose said, "Hi, y'all. Have you done Leo?" And I'm like, "No." I literally have fire written in the chat. Watch, here it comes right now. Blink. There it is. I don't know why I wrote fire because that doesn't help you. I'm just trying to show you what the ham and the smell of the ham that is wafting back is doing to my brain.
We're back to the ham, okay?
I'm like my dog. I'm very food motivated. So we're on Aries. Good Lord.
All right, Aries. I love that. Okay, do you want to I'll do tarot and you'll do the oracle, or?
Sure, why not? Hi, Sylvia. You're not late, love. Well, I mean, you are late, but you're welcome anytime is what I meant. I don't know. Honestly, I'm gonna go get myself a slice of ham. That's all I can think about. No, I'm not. Don't do it. You can resist.
Oh my gosh.
Like literally, that's all it takes to make me happy is to feed me. And I'm good.
Yeah, same here. As long as my husband said, as long as she's fed and watered every three hours, she's a great wife.
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
Oh, my neck is so sore tonight, you guys. If you see me doing this,
what, did you sleep on it wrong?
Okay, so many years ago, like 1990 something, I got in a car accident. So I had a bad back. Before that, I had an incident with my back where I was lifting a client in the group home and I slipped one of my discs.
Ow.
And that hurt.
Yeah.
And then I was in a car accident where I had, I don't know what the technical term is, but the Um, I was diagnosed as soft tissue injuries, and I had 42 soft tissue injuries down one side of my back. I took a whole impact of a crash like on one side. And so if you put your hand down my back, it felt like a golf ball. There was all the divots.
Ooh.
And I would sit there, and the chiropractor told me, like, your back has like gas in it. And I was like, I mean, speak English, like, why? So I would sit there and I would move a certain way, and I could just hear it going like it would pop and crack. And I was like, that, what's happening? Like, this is the weirdest thing. And so now, all these years later, literally, I just have to like sneeze or turn the wrong way, and it's like, okay, whatever.
That's it.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope your neck unwinds as soon as you get some
I want
heat.
to tell you guys, I'm not here to, make it sound worse than it is, but I was sitting at a stop sign, like a traffic light. The road was under construction. My side where I was had just been newly paved. The other side was all graded up, and they just put a new traffic light in, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm sitting at a traffic light, full stop, and the traffic wasn't moving. And I got hit so hard from behind that she pushed me across the road and into oncoming traffic.
Oh my gosh.
Her tail light popped out from the impact and was 10 feet behind her. There was no visible damage to my car when I got out of it, which I thought was like, how is that even possible? Right. Until I stood at the side of the road next to the fireman who was trying to calm me down because I kept saying I needed a cigarette. And he's like, lady, like, this isn't the right time because there's stuff everywhere, like fluid and whatever have you. And I'm standing there. And then they move my car, and I'm like, oh my God, it looked like this. It looked like a lasagna noodle. And I was like, oh, what happened? Because the impact just crumpled
it's just
it up.
like an accordion. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
I couldn't walk. I couldn't pull up my pants. I couldn't put my hair up. Now, when I say I couldn't walk, I don't mean that I needed like the hospital, surgery, therapy, anything like that. But I literally, my body was so hurt and so discombobulated that I couldn't get my joints to actually move.
Yeah.
I was like frozen in a position. If it wasn't here, like in arm's reach, counter level, I couldn't do it. So I couldn't pull up my pants. I couldn't feed my cats. The best part was I take like the cat treats, right? So let's pretend this is the bag of cat treats. And I just walk over to the floor and be like, and just drop it because I couldn't do anything, right? Like that kind
no wonder the cats love you.
Right. Oh, and the worst was Mark would go to work, and we had patio doors at our old house, and we had like this big 2x4 stick, piece of wood, whatever, that you put in the track so like no one can break in and pull, and I couldn't get it out. And I'd be sitting in the house going like, I'm like, I can't breathe. It's so hot in here. I can't open up the window. I can't go up the stairs. I can't go down the stairs. And I'm like, what are you going on? It was like so pathetic. You know what I mean?
It's not funny. I'm over here having a good laugh. I'm sorry.
I couldn't drive. Oh my God. You guys, honestly, I look like, it's like if I ever wondered what I was going to be like when I got to a certain age, when, my body started to like fail or whatever, I already know what that's going to be like because I was there.
Oh, no.
I remember getting on, I was in therapy from May till October.
Oh my gosh, that's too long. Yeah, that's a long time for therapy.
And I had to go to an outside doctor's office, like outside of the people that were treating me. I've been driving for a long time, friends, because I'm oldest. And I was hurting. And this was in October, right? So after all of that therapy, where I was back at work on reduced hours, but I was back at work. Like I was living my life.
Coming back. Yeah.
Right?
I'm moving forward.
I went to this doctor's office, and when I came out, I could not get and I wasn't even driving my own car because my car was what they call automatic or manual. So I had to a lot of moving and shifting. So I was driving my husband's truck truck. So I was up a little bit higher. I was so sore when I came out of that doctor's office that I could not get the truck out. I couldn't turn my head to back the truck out of my parking spot. And I was in this city. So I had to call my husband and sit there with the little tears rolling down my face for like an hour, waiting for him to come and get me just so he could back the truck out.
Yeah.
Like that's how bad it was. So it just like sneeze and I'm messed up. Okay, listen. I appreciate the hug because you love me and you feel bad that my neck is sore, but you gotta go.
All right.
Go ahead. Sorry, I digress.
That's okay. Yeah,
I'll be quiet. Sit on my hands. Mute your microphone.
So this is what happens when you want to eat ham.
Have a cigarette.
This is what I have for Aries. First part I get for February.
I honestly thought you were going to say this is what I have to deal with. That's what I thought you were.
No. Well, that too, but
right.
Right now we're working on Aries. First card I get, 5 of Wands. Kind of like, disjointed here, going in multiple directions. This card to me represents that, gossip around the, water cooler. It's training, it's learning, it's kind of being disjointed. It can be some backstabbing. So kind of starting out this month here for Aries, like just a little bit disjointed, not, needing to really kind of line up your energy a bit. And I love that because that energy does get aligned because you get this 3 of Wands card. This is almost like you're starting the month, ending January, starting February with just a little bit like going these different directions. Having people that are like, I hear like gnats around you, I have to clear the decks, okay, of all of this crazy non-important things, clear the decks. And then you end up with this beautiful 3 of Wands card. This is like you've now put stuff, you've gotten stuff in going forward and you're moving forward and you're waiting like for your ships to come in. You've got these creative ideas, you're moving forward, everything. You start to put things into place and you're putting them out there, that energy out there. And this Ace of Swords, really, I love this also because, yes, you start to kind of go from this wand energy, this creative energy into this like to-do list type energy, this ideas. This is like the cut and dry kind of stuff where you're just like, yeah, this is the data. We're cutting out the extras. We're moving forward. Really, for me, I'm hearing Aries that you're a fire sign, but I'm hearing that you really end up, getting this like this air energy, this swords. Again, you're cutting through things, you're moving forward, the direction you want to go. And I'm hearing too, it's kind of new for you. It's kind of a new direction. You haven't been this direction for a while. So that's what I'm getting. You're moving, you start out a little disjointed in that, but you really end up able to like corral that energy and really, I love this, like laser focus. All of a sudden I saw this, like this laser. You become laser focused on your direction as the month goes on. So that's what I'm getting for Aries.
I love that. And I'm picking that vibe up too.
Oh, awesome.
What a shock. A current of emotions, right? So this feeling of uncontrolled feelings, right?
Yeah.
That's the conflict, right?
Yeah.
Just like you said, it's like you're kind of all over the place. Now, what's interesting is, Aries are very intuitive. And when you showed that Ace of Swords, I thought about, the intuitive part of that, right? Listening to your intuition and focusing on that, which ties into this card that I've got. So I've got 4 cards. No, you haven't missed it yet, Kristen. And hello, by the way, my love. We've got thought vibrations. And the message here is resonant choices and signature signals. So in other words, and I'm dumbing this down for myself so that I can explain it. It's like you're in charge of your thoughts. You're in control of those thoughts. Do you know what I mean? So if there's conflict, if there is, something that you're trying to sort through, you need to listen to that voice in your head to be able to redirect your focus. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's back to this card here of letting go of urgency, surrender, freedom from time constraints. And it's funny because this card came up in my Sunday Oracle message, by the way. Thank you, Sylvia, is the only person that commented. But just saying, letting go of time constraints, right? We're all so busy going in so many different directions. And if we just lessen that load just a little bit and gave back some of that time to ourselves, the intuition, the little voice in our head, the uncontrolled emotions, the conflict, all of that can be sort of dampened down or pushed away or even released if we can get a hold of that feeling of freedom, right? And then we have, I pulled 4 cards, sorry. Prosperity. Look at this card, isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah,
abundance and success. And to me, this is like the not, I hope it's material, but I feel it's more mental abundance and success, right? Because you've conquered those thoughts, right?
Yeah.
You've got ahead of the cloud and pushed the cloud away. That's what I'm feeling for Aries.
I love that. Yeah, I love getting ahead of that. Mentally, that's like so cool.
Don't we all wish we could? I mean, listen, I wish I could get out of my mentalness, but it doesn't work. Kidding. All right, we're on Leo.
All right, here we go, Leo.
All right, talk to me, my friend. I'm waiting over here with the breath.
I know. Here we are. Kelly, I have so many Leos around me, and I love my Leos. They are such penny pinchers. But when it comes to spending the big dollars, man, they don't hesitate in a minute. But they're gonna steal pens from the local convention hall to save 50 cents.
I'm gonna tell my husband that you said that because he would tell you that you were lying. Penny pincher, what is that? She doesn't know how to penny pinch. I do. Certain things.
All right, so here we come.
Like when he tells me he needs 2 big tubs of chip dip. I'm like, do you really though?
That's what I mean, right? On the penny pinching, right? But then when it comes to spending the big dollars on the people you love, you never have a problem with that. And that's
I'll spend the rent on you, and then I won't eat for a week and a half.
Right. I mean, that's what I love about my Leos. I'm the recipient of all these beautiful gifts all the time.
We have kind hearts. Sometimes our kind hearts overpower our brains. But yes, true.
It's true, but it's all good though. It's all good.
Yeah, I'll tell you, look at your bank account and go, how the heck am I going to feed myself this week? It's great. I can still smell that ham, by the way, if anyone was wondering. I know everyone was thinking that. I know everyone was thinking it. So I thought I'd say it.
All right.
Go ahead.
You ready?
Yes.
10 of Wands. Oh my goodness. You have to like bundle up all this creative energy that you have, bundle it up and put it on your shoulder instead of trying to gobbledygook it in front of you, because you're almost at your destination. So bundle those wands up, bundle all that energy up, put it on your shoulder and have a clear path moving forward, because here we go right into this wheel energy. And this is, that beautiful, wheel just moving forward, the positive stuff coming forward for you. Because why? You have all this creative, all this 10 of Wands, you have all this beautiful, this harvest that you're working on. You've harvested all this stuff. Now you're like, I've got to get it bundled together and I've got to get it to market. I've got to get it to where I want it to be so that I can feel prosperous. And here's this wheel saying, yes, you can. You absolutely can do that moving forward. Just again, that beautiful cycle of energy, of love, of moving forward. You have all the creative ideas. You have everything you need. Bundle it out. Get some logic around it and move forward. And then the outcome I love, this Knight of Wands. Look at this. She's playing with this drum. She's happy. She's having fun. It's all there, right? You move forward and you put it together and you just have this beautiful Knight of Wands energy moving forward again with all this creative energy. Oh my gosh, even the horse back here is dancing. It's happy. I'm serious, right? That's that beautiful.
I love it.
And you know what? Fire sign. Look at all the fire she has here, right?
Absolutely.
I love that.
Let your hair down and go into the beat of your own drum. I mean,
there you go.
I mean,
yeah.
that kind of
but
resonates
you know what?
to
That
me.
is so like the beat of your own drum. It sounds so cliche, but it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
It really is, because that's what lights your fire.
Mm-hmm.
When you're following the beat of, each of us is following the beat of our own 100%. Drum. That's what lights our fire.
Right. Ignite that creative passion, as you were saying.
Yeah,
now,
I love it.
I'm there, but I'm sort of like a little bit not there, if that makes sense, with my cards. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, because I'm like this, that means all Leos are like this. But I do know that this is a true statement for Leos. We come across big and bold and larger than life in more cases than not. But inside, as we were saying before, we have this really kind heart. And our kind heart can get hurt really, really easy. Although we don't like to let people know that.
Know.
We don't let people in far enough to see that all the time, but it can happen. And so that's what I'm picking up, is on kind of like the hurt heart bit, right? We've got the moon in Cancer and belonging. On the top of the card says a sensitive, introspective phase. So going to the Knight of Wands card that Avana just showed, like, what is your passion? What does ignite your fire, right? If you're feeling lost, confused, left out, whatever, try to find the thing that sparks that ignites that brings that to the surface, right?
Yeah.
There's like a sensitivity sort of a vibe to this.
Yes.
Next, we have boundaries, right? There is no shame or blame in placing boundaries around yourself. The boundaries are about you. They're not about other people. It's how you protect yourself, right? And again, if you think of your heart, what is around your heart? Your rib cage. It encompasses it and protects it, right? So boundaries to me are the same thing, right? Protecting your heart. Lastly, we have from Archangel Sandalphon. I swear I can't pronounce any of these properly. Tune into your divine potential and bring the world into harmony. And that's another really, at least for me, important thing. And I think that comes from a Leo. Like, I am happiest when everyone around me is happy. And I want to create that harmony within myself and within my home, in my life, if you know what I mean. And so I think all of the cards are speaking to each other, just in a different way. But it all is about, protecting yourself, but feeling that freedom to ignite that passion within yourself, right? Do what you need to do to put your best foot forward, kind of vibe. Don't worry about the naysayers and the negativity, right?
Right. The energy is there for that. Absolutely.
Hi, Judith. It's you're fine. You're never late. You're always here when you need to be here. And we haven't done Pisces yet, so you are right on time. All right, so that was Leo. Now we're on to Sagittarius. I'm just going to put Sag in the Sagittarius. Oh, I said I wasn't saying, sorry.
Okay, so here's what we have here. What I got for Sagittarius. This is for the month of February.
You know what my grandfather used to tell me? My grandfather used to tell me, can you sing solo?
Okay.
And I'd be like, what's that? And he's like, so low we can't hear you. I'm like, right, thank you.
That's funny. I'm gonna use that. Okay.
Right?
First card I get here for Sagittarius is the Lover's card. Maybe a romance coming up this, around Valentine's Day too. I love this. This is like now all of a sudden I haven't really picked up on that romance, but you know what? For Sagittarius, with all this, I'm seeing this beautiful red. It kind of looks like an upside down heart to me. All of a sudden, I'm really feeling like this beautiful, this really like passionate love, and I love that. Then we go into this Tower card. And it's interesting because we have this Lover's card and then we have this Tower card. Kind of like the bottom is falling out of things that you really don't have a strong foundation on. That could be a relationship, but I'm also hearing that it's almost taking a relationship to a next level for you. Now, whether that is the relationship is maybe ending or the relationship is going to another level, there's Tower card is really, being a major arcana card is really bringing in the energy, as the Lover's card is also a major arcana, really bringing in the energy to move. I'm hearing really your emotional relationships forward this month. And I often don't get like romance information or feelings or intuition on this, but it really seems like your relationships in your life this month are going to be looked at and either move forward or say, you know what, I'm going to have to prune this person out of my life. It's just not working. And then you get this Queen of Swords energy. When that happens, or as you move forward through the month, you are really know what direction you want. This is a minor arcana card, but the Queen is this leadership, level of energy moving forward. Again, cutting through, making these hard decisions that the Tower card asks you to make so that you can sit there in your power and move forward. And actually, I'm looking at it, it's almost like, I don't want to say she's going against the wind. I can't really tell in this card. The wind is at her back. It's coming this way. It's pushing her forward. It's almost like karma and just the energy of the month pushing you forward into the direction that you need to go. And I love this because she sits here and she's just confident and she knows the direction and she sees where she's going. And it's clear. I hear clear sailing. So maybe a little bit of clear sailing. However the relationship ends up, it ends up really opening your eyes and moving you forward this month. And I just love that because either whatever happens, it happens in a good, solid way of energy to move forward. I love that.
Wow. It was bound to happen, friends, wasn't it?
Oh, no.
It's bound to happen that our cards are different. But yes, Karen, we did Virgo. I put the timestamp in the chat for you so you can go back to it. 7:36, so like 40 minutes ago ish. The cards aren't that different, but I definitely feel a crack or a break/breakthrough, which is tying into your Tower card, right?
Yes. It's a strong card, yeah.
We start out with the narrow pathway and tread thoughtfully, which is like the impasse. So the Tower is the impasse, right? That's the narrow pathway. And the tread thoughtfully is the Queen of Swords. And this is just I'm trying to tie it together to all the cards, right? Where you sit and you analyze and you really reflect and you think and you're being strategic about, where you are, what you're doing, that sort of thing. And then we have lighten your load. Now, if you look at the image on this picture, she literally has the world on her back. And this is what this energy could feel like to you, right? Where you have to navigate that.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have to sort out how you feel about that and what you're going to do about that. And then we have, again, this card showing up, and here's the theme for the night: the letting go of urgency, surrender, and freedom to constraints. And so, wow. Well, you never make an appearance. Hello. And thank you for that. That's lovely. I mean, honestly, friends, you can't, like, I'm just sitting here trying to do what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, what in the heck? What did I do to deserve this? So the point that I'm trying to make with that last statement is quite simply that it's time to let go what's not serving you anymore, right?
Yeah.
So if there is something in that relationship or in that, it doesn't have to be romantic, it could be anybody, but if there's something in that relationship that isn't working, do something about it, right?
Yeah.
Make it better for you.
Yeah.
And so potentially you could have a giant weight lifted or a breakthrough, as I said in the beginning, when it comes to a certain kind of relationship in your life. Yes, absolutely. Here, mommy, see my tushy. And now he's like sitting over here. That Austin never comes over, ever.
That is wild.
Right? Like, Charlotte will sit here on the arm of the chair and stare at me as if I'm like in the wrong spot. Like, what are you doing here? Quincy, you guys know, does the obstacle course. And it's like Austin knows that I'm on camera. I embarrassed him one time when I first started the channel. I jumped up on it and I was hugging him and squeezing him. And it was like he decided in that moment, I am never showing my face on camera again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for him to show up is really odd.
That is awesome.
Here we go. We are on now. Oh, that was Sagittarius. Now we move to water signs and we are on Cancer.
And do you want to switch over to do the tarot and I'll do the oracle card? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. All right. What do our Cancerian friends need to know in the month of February is the question that we are asking. Sorry for all the noise. I'm loud. Lovely. We start out Cancer with the Ace of Wands. So some kind of amazing some kind of amazing opportunity is going to be presented to you that is going to ask you to be very sort of energetic and optimistic, right? Has some creative vibes around it, right? Then you've got the Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving. I mean, that's what Cancers do, right? Cancers are lovely, empathetic, compassionate, warm kind of people. And they want to help their neighbor. They want to be supportive in that way. I want to say like their bedside manner is top notch. And then we have the Sun card. Joy and blessings and success. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Knight of Cups. Again, speaking of a little bit of the creativity, but also about the sensitivity. Cancers are very emotional people. They're very sensitive. Sometimes the Knight of Cups can be about, wearing your heart on your sleeve. And so what I get from this, to sum it up quickly, is it's like, how can I help my friends who are having a hard time? How can I help my neighbors, my family, whatever? And then I do what only I know how to do best, whatever that is for you. Cook them a meal, invite them out, invite them over, write them a thank you note, write them a letter telling them how much you care about them, how much you appreciate them. It feels like that. So you do what you do best, that no one else can do like you. And through that action, you not only lift another person, but you lift yourself at the same time.
I love that.
And it affects you in a way that makes you want to keep going, right? That's that sensitivity. You feel that emotion. My sister is a Cancer, and I feel quite strongly that, out of all the people that I've known in my entire life, she has this ability to just know exactly what to do at any moment in terms of how to show you, I see you and I care about you. You know what I mean? And so I think of all Cancerian people in that same kind of regard, that they know exactly what to do to lift you up. Go ahead, my friend. Thank you,
All right.
Kimby. That's very kind.
Yes. So for Cancer, the first card that I get here is this. It's 61, which is 7, which is a spiritual number, and it's collective consciousness. You may be feeling overwhelmed by all of the energetic shifts. It is time to focus on peace and love for all. So really taking this time to just stepping back, realizing, we're all one. Again, focusing on the love, focusing on peace. Really, I almost feeling, and it's so, for me, it was so apropos to get this card for the sign of Cancer, because Cancers to me, they represent home and cozy and making everybody feel at home and nurturing, and just really, I really feel like you guys are really feeling a lot of this collective consciousness energy, and just taking a step back and really focusing on love, your homes, making your homes beautiful for your family, for yourself, doing those things, as Kelly said, that you do best, that not only help the other person, but help you to also just feel more, I just heard feel more rooted, feel more grounded. I then got Bat Spirit, which is 5. 5 is a transition. And it says a rebirth is assured. Like this too shall pass, is what I'm hearing. You go back in, you do your house stuff, you get the family together, and it's funny because by doing that, you regroup, you rebuild your energy. We see where things are at on this collective consciousness level, and then the outcome card I get is the North Node, which says step out of your comfort zone. It's like you go in this month, you regroup, you re-energize, and then you're ready to go back out in the world and really be able to nurture everyone the way that you would love to nurture them. But you have to nurture yourself a little bit, have to step back a little bit and really kind of close things down. And then we're ready to go back out towards the end of the month to, to move forward. So that's it. Really just kind of focusing on yourself this month.
I love that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice energy.
Absolutely. Kim, I appreciate very much the donation. That's very kind of you. And because you gave a donation, I can, or we can, if Avana can stay.
Sure.
We're almost done here, and then we can throw a couple of cards for you, because we're not doing really like readings. We're doing the Zodiacs, right? But I don't have a problem doing that if Avana.
No, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we're moving on to Scorpio next. And I dig these cards for Scorpio because, I associate Scorpios with security. That sort of presence of someone who you feel like you can count on, right? Is what Scorpio means to me. So we start off with balance. This is the Temperance card in the traditional deck. This deck is called Balance. Blending energies, right? 1 foot on the water, 1 foot on the land, right? Trying to walk that fine line. Really, it's about control and moderation. And I don't know a Scorpio that isn't about control and moderation. So that seems to be right on the money. And then we've got the 10 of Pentacles. Again, this speaks to us about that security, that solid foundation, right? I refer to this card as like the happy home card, right? And so this to me is like the person that gives the house the injection that it needs so that everyone in it feels like they are totally looked after, right? And then we have the 3 of Wands. This is expansion. This is dreams. This is visions. You know, where you're going, what you're doing, how you're going to get there, planning for the future. On the bottom of the deck, you've got the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. All your manifested wishes coming true. So what I'm picking up here is quite simply that you do the thing that comes natural to you. And by you doing that, you are elevated, right? You provide that security. You provide that inspiration and that constant encouragement to other people. And through that, it encourages you, which I think is beautiful, because who doesn't want to be either that person or on the receiving end of that energy? Do you know what I mean? I think that's beautiful. So I think this whole month for you is going to be this constant like confirmation or validation of you're headed in the right direction, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And I totally did that.
Yeah, I'm totally getting that too for Scorpio. The first card that I got is this Heart of Compassion card. And it says, there are many people around you who benefit from your loving, compassionate heart. So you just have this beautiful, compassionate heart. People benefit from it. You benefit from it. It's just so beautiful, just all this beautiful energy. And then I got Bee Spirit. And it says, sweet results await. So you have this beautiful, like this, this beautiful, compassionate heart, this energy just building up. Everybody really kind of, I'm hearing just everybody rallying around you, and these beautiful, sweet results await. And then I got the full moon in Libra card, and it says a win-win outcome is forecast. And I love this because these two cards are so similar, like with this, there's like the moon here with the bee, and then there's the moon here. I mean, these two circles, everything kind of comes full circle this month for Scorpio and just says, you know what? And it's all because of all the beautiful energy that you've put out there. It's almost all coming back at this point this month. Really a beautiful month ahead for Scorpio.
I love that.
And it's you've navigated all of that, and you've created all of that. So that's what I love about it too.
Dude, what's going on? I love you too, buddy.
Aww.
Yes, I love you. I love you. Don't show your butt to everybody. And look at Quincy in the background going, what? What is he doing on that desk?
I'm like, that's Austin? Yeah.
I was told I wasn't allowed on the desk. Why is he on the desk? And it's like, dude, he's bigger than you and he's older, right? Yes. Come and see mommy. Come and see mommy. Because everybody knows you're my favorite. Oh. You are. Yes.
Oh, what a sweet.
He's my favorite because he's my bestest boy. He's my biggest boy, my oldest boy. And he's like, yeah, like, see, he's like, nope, don't want no part of that. Like, don't let all the loving and the hugging and the kissing fool you guys. Really, what's happening here is this. Ham is not only my favorite, it's also his favorite food. And he smells a ham and he thinks, mommy's got some. No, I don't. Clearly, I don't. But that's what he's here for. He's here for the ham. Kristen is starting a support group in the next couple weeks. For you, Kristen, congratulations.
Yeah,
you're going to be a rock star at that. You cannot play with the crystals, okay? Listen, you're throwing me right off. Let's go. I love you, but you got to smarten up if you want to stay. All right, what are we doing? What's happening?
Hi,
Who's on first? Pisces.
Pisces.
Pisces. Can someone type Pisces in the chat, please? Because my hands are full at the moment. Literally. He's like, fine, I'm leaving. There's no ham. I'm out of here.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, Kristen. All right, here we go, friends. Yes, he is absolutely feeling the energy, Kimby. All right, for Pisces for the month of February. Oh, lovely. Well, maybe not. Okay. I take it back. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. It's okay. It's okay. We've got the 10 of Cups. This is the happy family card, right? This is joy. This is blessings. Everybody, like life is perfect at home. Everybody's getting along. So whether you've just like maybe you're planning, like you had a date night or you had a family game night or something like that, it just feels like maybe you went on a day trip. It just feels really lovely. And who doesn't want to have that? Who doesn't want to have those kind of blessings and that kind of contentment in their home, right? Now we've got the 7 of Swords here. So Sneaky Steve, as it can be referred to, there's this energy of deceit or betrayal. I don't feel that it's deceit or betrayal. Honestly, what I feel is a little bit of, like the hamster wheel thing going on. There's a little bit of negativity that is not necessarily based on anything. It's more like a paranoid kind of feeling to me, right? So I keep looking over my shoulder. Like it feels too good to be true kind of vibe. Do you know what I mean? So I'm kind of like, whoop, is everything okay? Is everything okay? So word of caution there, don't be looking for a thing when there is nothing, right? Enjoy the contentment. Stay in that energy. Then you've got the 2 of Wands, making plans. There's like this feeling here, even though the cards are positive, with the exception of that card, there's this feeling here of like a seed of doubt. It's almost like that too good to be true kind of vibe. And that's the thing that I would say that I want you not to think about as you move through the month of February. Don't make a thing happen where there isn't, right? 2 of Wands, making plans, taking the next steps. Or maybe that 7 of Swords is like talking yourself out of something, right? Could be that. Could be talking yourself out of something. On the bottom of the deck, you've got the 3 of Cups. This is lovely energy, right? It's like lunch with your besties. It's support. It's embrace. So you've got the love of the family and the feeling of contentment. You're making plans for the future. You're like forecasting. You've got the 3 of Cups, all the support, but you got this like thing that's over here, almost telling you, hey, wipe that smile off your face. What are you so happy about? Right? Because like this, you know what I mean? It feels like that. And so I'm interested to see what you've got.
Yeah. I mean, it's yeah, got it. You'll see. First of all, 25, which is a number 7, very highly spiritual number. Wishing on a star. It is time for you to dream again. Go ahead, make a wish. It just might come true. Coming out of some tough times, and it's time to dream again, right? It's time to have that that Disney feel of wishing on a star and Tinkerbell, and it's time to get sparkly and feel good about this.
Sorry, I gotta say it. Kicked out in the ass is what I'm gonna say. That's like literally what popped into my head when you said that.
Oh, okay. So that's a 7. This is also 43 is a 7. You mentioned right when I was looking at them saying there's 7s, you mentioned a 7. This is an owl spirit. You can see clearly now, right? You see clearly now. It's like you're coming out of these tough times where you can see the forest through the trees. Okay, you're coming back into the sunlight, into the starlight, into moving forward. Mm-hmm. Then I'm getting the chills because it says the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn, you're moving forward. It's whatever that changes that you've made or whatever's changed, the energy has moved and you're really able to move forward. And the last card that I got is Balsamic Moon, a time for healing. You're moving forward, you're wishing upon a star, and you're just like things have changed, the energy has shifted, you're
Mm.
coming out of like that, maybe that dark night of the soul, or just coming out. It doesn't even have to be that heavy, but just coming out. Sometimes you're just stuck in that forest and you can't see the forest through all the trees.
It's almost like letting your guard down.
Yeah, and just, yeah, letting your guard down, and you're just seeing that light and just moving forward. I love that for Pisces for this month. It really sounds like a like almost like I'm almost here. This doesn't make sense, but it kind of does. Like the end of a Hollywood movie, where those old-fashioned movies
Like
where at the end it's like
happily
like,
ever after. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
Well, I just want to say that you said 7, and there's 7 people in the chat, and you got 2 cards that were 7. And so, you know,
There you
pointing
go.
at the 7 of swords that I got,
Yeah.
like that's too many 7s to say that that's
a lot of 7s. Yeah, exactly. There's a reason for all those 7s. So
that
I
is
love
super
it.
cool. All right,
Love it.
let's throw a couple of cards for Kim, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the question? Or I think it was
she
just
said,
any messages from spirit.
let me see here. I'm scrolling up. I would appreciate any messages from spirit. Thank you.
Okay.
Judah said, thank you, Kelly and Avana. I needed to hear this reading for February, and wow, so true, Avana.
Oh,
It's from Judith.
thank you.
Oh my God, the ham. You guys, I'm sorry, but it smells so flippin' good. I so want it. Ugh. No, but you know how like after a while you smell stuff and then you're like, I don't want it anymore? I have not been talked out of it. Can I tell you guys a story? So when I was younger, young adult, my grandmother, she lived in a seniors building, and we took my Aunt Carol, who I've mentioned on the channel many times, to bowling. And my mom would pick us up, and then we would pick up Auntie Carol from bowling. Then we would drive over to my Nana's house to drop off my Aunt Carol, and we would stay for dinner. And my sister hates ham. It's her least favorite food in the entire world. Yeah, which is par for the course with me and her, or her and I. We would get off the elevator, and the funny bit was, you know, and now I'm like taking the story to a level it doesn't need to go to, but the funny bit is that we would get in the car, we'd be like, you know, hi Auntie Carol, how are you? And she'd be like, you know, hi, and I'm so excited to see you guys. And we're like, you know, we love you, we're so excited. And she's like, you know, wait till you see what we're having for dinner. And we would say, like, what are we having? Like, can you tell us? And she'd be like, it's a secret. And as soon as she said, wait till we're, you know, and it's a secret, my sister was like, oh my God, we're having ham again, because it's my favorite. And I'm like, I'm not in charge of Nana's menu over there. Like, I don't know what she's doing. Anyways, the minute we would get off the elevator, it was like wafting down the hall. It's like, yeah, we're having ham. I'm sorry. Nana loves me best. No.
Nice.
But it was, it's just, you know, I have a relationship with ham is where I was going with that. And Kim B says, how funny, I had baked ham yesterday. All right. See? Now, ham is best with cabbage and carrots and potatoes or Brussels sprouts. My husband doesn't like Brussels sprouts.
I love Brussels sprouts.
Which makes me like him even more. He says that Brussels sprouts remind him of little brains. My question is, what? How many little brains have you seen? If I cook them, he's like, I'm leaving the house, right?
Oh no, I love those.
Listen, Linda, listen.
Yeah, Linda.
All right, here we go. Kim, this is what I got for you. I've got the Knight of Wands, right? Going after something, being very passionate, very confident, like you're on a mission sort of vibe, right? You've got the 10 of Pentacles, feeling that solid foundation underneath you, safety, security. Now, I don't know if this is happening now or if this is coming in the month of February, but either way, that's a really good vibe. Then you've got the Three of Cups here, which is this like circles of support, having people that lift you up, that empower you, that understand you. And I totally feel lunch with my besties vibe when it comes to this reading for you. And then we've got the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. So now I know that in the reading before I said a High Priestess is about secrets. I don't feel that this is secrets for you. I feel that this is intuitive sort of vibe, right? This is about meditating, keeping yourself centered, keeping yourself aligned, and having that channel of clear thinking so that you can like really embrace this feeling that you're in of like everything is just like a Hallmark movie-ish, right? Like it's almost like happiness overload, right? And so you don't want to get carried away, like, you know, all up there somewhere in the clouds. You want to invite that clear thinking in to keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. Does that make sense?
Yep.
That was a long explanation for where I was going, but all I've seen is it's Kim B's fault. She said, I love ham. I only cook hams with a bone in, and I got sidetracked, so I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. And Kristen said the way to a girl's heart is through ham.
Oh, I love that.
That's what I got for you, Kim. Yes, embrace your High
Kim.
Priestess energy, my friend.
Yes, and I have a lot of cards here. Sorry, they just kept coming and they kept working.
Sorry, not sorry.
Well, I can't help it, right?
That's
First
right.
card I get is 16, life experience. This is actually the Tower card, in case you're wondering, but I'm going to read it to you. It's beautiful. It says, let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. An important life-changing event, a situation that leads to significant opportunities. Yes, what is coming up for you that you're worried about, or you feel it? Something's coming up, a life-changing event, which is all good. 5 of Spring comes up. Opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. Yes, having this is that card, like the office gossip card, where people are just poking, at each other, and knowing that, you've got it sounds like something big with like a life event type thing coming up, or you're making a big move here, but you've got a lot of people with their opinions in there. 7 of Summer. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from over-analyzing the options. Go deep. Find out what options that really, really work for you. This is kind of going to take a little bit of time for you to move in and really think, what are the options that I'm interested in, and getting rid of all the excess chatter around you. I love this. One of your outcome cards is Renewal, which is a beautiful card for you. It says, review the past and the present so you can plan a bright new future, understanding your life purpose, releasing judgments of yourself and others. Okay, so there we go. Moving forward, releasing judgments. I'm hearing getting down to brass tacks. What really is important to me? Surrender negative thinking. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say, thank you for sharing, and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. It's interesting because this renewal card also said releasing judgments of yourself and others. So making sure you've got clear, positive thinking, gratitude, and releasing the negative thoughts. The last card I got for you is the South Node, and it says, don't let your past hold you back. It is time to move forward. You're going to have, I hear it's kind of going to be in some ways a little bit of I don't want to say precarious, but it's going to be like a path that you're going to have, that's winding, that you're going to have to navigate, but don't let your past hold you back. It is time to move forward. So that's what I got for you. I hope that it resonates.
I have a question. And the question is, are you moving? Are you purchasing a home? Or are you thinking about it? Because I think that could be happening in the near future for you. Like if that's what you're thinking, that could be happening for you. I don't know why, but I'm like listening to you and I'm thinking about the cards that I pulled, and all of a sudden I just like, yes.
Yeah, and something clicks in, yeah.
Now, thank you for staying and reading that.
Oh, absolutely.
Him for me, with me, not for me.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Bear with me, friends, while I figure out where I am. Literally, I got like ham brain. I can't think straight over here. Yes, okay, I know I'm going live at 7. Thank you, calendar, for helping me out. You're the best.
I was like, wait a minute, I think we did that.
Right? Well, no, because it like
Like,
washes up
what time is
okay, and it like freezes, and then it won't move. So I will be back on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And yes, it will be one of those reasons. Cool. All right. I'll be back Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I have an idea. And for as creative as I like to think that I am, and I've said that before, I don't know that I am creative, but I like to think that I'm creative. I have been in Canva for 2 days trying to come up with a thumbnail that can express what is in my mind, and it's not working. So I'm going to tell you all about it. And I'm just going to put up some really ridiculous thumbnail, and you guys can all figure it out from there. I want to do a segment where you read with me. And so I have 2 thought patterns happening at the same time, because that's how my brain works, and you're welcome. Either join me on screen and literally read with me, or I throw the cards and you guys tell me what it means. So it'll be interactive readings is where I'm going with it, right? You guys will read along with me to figure out where the reading is going. I don't know why. I think that could be a lot of fun. And I think that if you're learning tarot, it could be helpful. And it also can be extremely helpful with your intuition, right? Yes. So you'd love to read along? You want to join me on screen, Kristen? So when we join on Wednesday night, I'm going to put the link in the chat, or and I'll send it to you, or you send me an email and I'll send you the link. I'm sort of letting people know that in advance if I can, so that you're prepared for it, right? Because I don't want anyone to be like, oh my God, I wasn't ready, I didn't know, right?
Sure.
So, and I will put it up on the community tab as well. Thank you so much for being here and for hanging out with us tonight. And what's coming up for you, Ivana? What do you want to tell people?
Yeah, Thursday, I'm with Ginger Pay. We'll be doing Thursday. And then Wednesday, the 12th, you and I are back together with Live, Love, Laugh, I believe. And just moving along through the month here.
Yeah, there's a lot of exciting things happening next week, right? There's a full moon. There's Valentine's Day. Today we had Groundhog Day and the 2/2 portal. Lots of exciting things, right? The new month.
Yeah, a new month. You're right.
It's Tariff Day. Sorry, couldn't read that. Yeah, right. And that's the end of that joke now. But I keep thinking I have something that I'm supposed to tell you guys, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. So when I think of it, I will. Absolutely, Kristen. When we go live, if you pop in the chat, just let me know and I'll send you the link. That's how we'll do it. And we will read together, and we'll have some fun. Honestly, I'd like to have as many people on the screen with me as I could, because I think that would be a blast, right? It's a great way to test your intuition out, and also for people that are learning how to read tarot, like tonight, for example, like how come the High Priestess meant one thing in that reading, and then the High Priestess meant this in another reading, and trying to understand how that works. If you understand how that works, that's fantastic. But if you don't, you may pick up a few tidbits along the way, right?
Yeah, I love that.
One of those things that you gotta like. Thank you. It's one of those things that you gotta sort of like show while you're doing, rather than explaining it. You know what I mean? At least for me.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it for us. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a good night. Stay safe. Stay kind. And stay diligent, because gosh knows there's a lot going on. And we'll see you when we see you next. And until then, we wish you many, many blessings. I'm gonna go eat my ham.
Namaste.
Everybody. Oh my goodness.